Yo, what's up, guys? What a good game from the Chicago Bulls. You know, the first game was rough against Houston, second game was better, and this game was just a perfect game for the Chicago Bulls. It was just a complete game. The offense was looking great. The ball movement was nice. Players were moving. You know, Coby White and Zach LaVine, man, I've said this in many videos. If this backcourt gets hot on one night, it's going to be hard to beat the Chicago Bulls. I mean, Coby White in the third quarter had 18 points alone. The Chicago Bulls have been blowing out Oklahoma City pretty much since the game started. You know, I do have some question marks, though, about the team. Billy Donovan did say, you know, he is going to be testing out lineups in the preseason, so I understand and I'm happy with that. You know, but then later in that, interview or whatever, they asked him if Patrick Williams has a chance starting day one or, for the regular season game, and that makes me excited. You know, I mean, I don't know if the lineup was good or just OKC is really bad, but either way, I do like the starting lineup with Pat Williams starting more than Otto. You know, Otto off the bench, he just plays better. You know, him and Sato off the bench, they have already good chemistry from their Wizards days and then, of course, now. So I really like that duo off the bench, even though Sato hasn't been playing. You know, Otto Porter Jr. had a great game off the bench for the Bulls. He just fits better with our bench, you know, being that sixth man. Pretty much he's in that Coby White role that Coby was in last year. Just come off the bench and put up buckets. You know, Lauri Markkanen, I mean, I guess he played better. His shooting still hasn't been great. He needs to work on that, get his shooting percentages up, especially his three-point shooting. I mean, either way, Lauri Markkanen, he played a solid game, I'd say. You know, my biggest concern is still Wendell Jr. I thought he would just play much better in this Bulls offense and defense, and it just hasn't been that. I'm not sure. He's still shooting wide open threes and missing them. You know, at some point, he needs to stop. You know, I like Wendell. He's a very capable shooter, but he's just not knocking them down in the preseason. You know, like I said, it's a great game for the Chicago Bulls. Even if OKC is a terrible team, I'd say Lauri Markkanen rebounded well from last game. He has looked very aggressive, and he almost dunked on someone and ended him. You know, I also saw Lauri playing the 5 a bit. I really like that as well. You know, Chandler Hutchison had a solid game off the bench as well. Of course, came off the bench, played great defense. He was cutting, just super active as well, and had a nice offensive rebound putback. You know, Patrick Williams played a solid game starting. You know, I mean, he is 19 years old. He's still learning and everything. But Coby and Zach LaVine, man, let me just say, those two, they just carried the Chicago Bulls complete, the whole team. And like I said, if they're hot, it's going to be hard to beat us. But either way, that's just my quick reaction and just recap of the game. Now I'm going to do it, break it down quarter by quarter. You know, the first quarter was 30-27 Chicago Bulls. You know, I'd say we played pretty well in the first, even though we still gave up 27 points. You know, definitely in the second quarter, we tightened up the defense. But in the first, Zach LaVine had 16 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds, already carrying us. And he wasn't ball hogging or nothing. You know, Coby White was finding him in the corners, and he was just being a knockdown shooter. You know, I love to see that. LaVine just played a perfect game tonight. Same with Coby White. You know, in the first, Otto Porter Jr. came off the bench as well. He put up 6 points and 3 rebounds. Like I said, I just like him coming off the bench and being that instant offense. You know, Patrick Williams and him are about pretty damn close on defense, so I don't mind Pat starting over him, especially because he's 19. You know, this whole season, they've all talked about player development, and I'd rather Patrick Williams start and learn the game, you know, develop, because that is our, core 5. That's going to be our future. Otto Porter Jr. is most likely going to walk next offseason, so I'd rather have Otto Porter Jr. come off the bench and Patrick Williams start for sure. But like I just said, the second quarter is where the game really started to open up. The Chicago Bulls tightened up their defense, and at halftime, the Bulls were up 59-43. You know, Lauri Markkanen, even though he hasn't, I guess he played an okay game, just I expect more from him. He was still super active on the defensive end. Like I said, he tried to posterize somebody, but at half, he had 7 points and 6 rebounds. And then at half, Zach LaVine also had 20 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. Like I said, he just played a great game. And then at half, Coby White had 9 points. And then in the third quarter, Coby White took over and had 18 or 20 points in that third quarter alone. The Bulls are just playing great right now. You know, I hope this just carries over into the regular season. No matter what, the Bulls blew out Oklahoma City all night. You know, the third quarter was nice as well. To end the third, Coby White had 27 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. And Zach had 24, 5, and 5. That backcourt is already getting me hyped up, man. I just can't wait for the regular season. You know, it is interesting. I mean, the Bulls still don't have half their roster, but it's looking like Billy Donovan is mainly running like a 3-man rotation right now off the bench, so like an 8-man rotation total. I mean, Daniel Gafford did play 4 minutes off the bench, or like a few, but he really didn't do nothing, so I think the Bulls are mainly going to use an 8 to 9-man rotation when the full roster gets back healthy. You know, I don't think Ryan Archie should be playing, but he came off the bench today. He really didn't do nothing. But either way, you know, the big names tonight were Coby White and Zach LaVine. I'm really happy with that backcourt. And to start with the fourth quarter, you know, let me just be honest, the game was a whole blowout. The OKC didn't stand a chance. And then the bench, of course, came in the fourth since it was a blowout. You know, Chandler Hutchison was dunking on people. The Bulls were just trying to kill Oklahoma City. You know, earlier in the game, Lauri Markkanen tried to end someone. I saw Chandler Hutchison had some dunks. Patrick Williams had a nice dunk as well. You know, Daniel Gafford did come in late in the fourth and had some nice dunks and a nice poster as well. You know, this whole game was a blowout. The Bulls' backcourt played great. My biggest question mark is Lauri and Wendell, man. Like, I'm really high on both those guys, but they're looking like our weakest link right now. I need one of them to step up because at some point the Chicago Bulls are going to need a pick between one of them. You know, I'm sure we can't pay both of them. So one of them needs to step up this season. I truly am not sure who it is. You know, I expected them both to have great seasons in this new offense and defense, but it just so far hasn't looked like that. So hopefully it turns around in the regular season. Either way, Coby White and Zach LaVine literally carried the Bulls tonight. You know, they were on fire all night. And I just love to see that, like, Coby White is going to be special. You know, in that third, he put up 18 points alone. You know, only special players in the NBA do that. And the kid is like 20 years old, man. This Chicago Bulls future is so bright. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed today's quick little recap and update video. You know, thank you guys for watching. And shout out to all you guys in my Bulls group chat. Thank you guys for always watching the game and just commenting and chatting it up over there. You know, it's always a great time over there, so thank you guys for that. If you guys want to join, it'll be the first link below today's video. You know, I'll probably have a video out tomorrow at 5 as well, talking about some Chicago Bulls news. Either way, leave any comments or questions below today's video. Also, make sure to like the video. You know, it helps me out a lot. And it just shows me you guys want me to continue to do these pregame and postgame videos. Thank you guys for watching. Let's go, man. The Chicago Bulls got a good W, and hopefully next game versus OKC we blow them out again. You know, this young team is looking deadly already. I just hope it carries over into the regular season. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.